Hobart School of Welding Technology presents Training in Oxy-Acetylene Welding, Cutting, and Brazing. Topic number 29, Job Practice. Brazing, lap joint, horizontal position. Objective: to be able to produce quality brazed connections with the use of capillary action. The finished braze should provide complete bonding to both surfaces and have a fillet-like weld along both edges. Material: 3/32 inch thick copper sheet. Filler metal, 3/32 inch diameter BAG5. Flux, suitable for silver solder. Equipment: oxygen and acetylene supply and equipment. Protective clothing, gloves, and goggles. Striker and pliers. Tip orifice, size number 65. Tip cleaner, number 65. Gas pressure settings: oxygen, 6 psi. Acetylene, 6 psi. Flame, carburizing. The workpiece for this practice is made of 2 pieces of copper, overlapped to form a lap joint. The clearance between the pieces should be 1 to 3/1000ths of an inch for proper capillary action of the liquid filler metal. In this case, simply laying one small flat piece upon the other will provide about the right space. A 2x carburizing flame will be used for this exercise. To prepare the workpiece, first clean the mating surfaces of 2 copper plates. Apply flux to both surfaces. Do not apply too much, or the filler will flow to the cleanest area, and overfluxing can cause overbrazing. Then place the pieces together to form the lap joint. Adjust the torch for a 2x carburizing flame, and hold the tip of the feather about 1/8 inch over the lapped area. Move the heat around without pointing the flame directly into the joint until the flux turns into a clear, watery liquid. Then touch the filler metal to the edge of the joint to see if the metal is hot enough to melt it. If not, continue applying the flame evenly to the area for a few moments and try again. When the metal is hot enough, remove the flame and wipe the tip of the rod across the edge of the joint at a rate that will leave a small fillet at the corner and supply enough filler metal to be drawn through the joint. Allow the part to cool and inspect the joint. Braze metal should be visible at all edges of the joint. There will be small fillets at the edges. If you did not apply enough filler metal, the joint will show voids and gaps. However, since it takes such a small amount, you will not likely have this trouble. If too much filler has been added, it will run through the joint and drip to the underside of the lower plate where flux is present. If the plates are overheated, the oxide residue will prevent a good braze. On larger pieces, you will be less likely to overheat because of copper's high heat conductivity. A larger flame would be required to raise the braze area to temperature before the heat is conducted away. The finished braze weld will be a thin film of filler metal between the 2 pieces. A small fillet will have formed at the outer edge of the joint. The filler metal should show entirely around the joint to indicate that capillary action has spread the filler throughout the joint. Inspect the braze and continue practice.